What's up, Frenzy Head Nation? Coach Cole coming to you live this week on Facebook, as long as the technology holds up correctly. We'll see how that goes. And welcome, everybody, to the Snow Day edition of the filming of Sports Frenzy. Yes, Snow Day in Lenawee County, so luckily I was a little prepared for this. I took some stuff home with me to be able to actually get things around for Sports Frenzy. I didn't have the sheets completely done, but I had enough done to be able to get me through the show today. I hope everybody is having a great week and enjoying, and the schools who are off are enjoying their snow days. And yes, so we're doing a live show this week. This is a non-game week for Hope Hoopsters, so we go ahead and do live on Facebook. And want to give a quick shout out to, I'm wearing my legendary Ric Flair shirt today because Ric Flair's birthday was this week and Ric Flair turned 71. So woo for Ric Flair. All right, we got a lot to go over this week with the stuff going on last week. We didn't get, basically, XFL is, their games are running late, so that's making it a little bit hard for us to do the weekend wrap-up. So we're going to go ahead and throw in the weekend wrap-up again this week on this week's show. So we'll start off with Season 10, Episode 21 of the weekend, the wrap-up part of last week's show. First, let's start off by saying that Jillian won for the students in Lower Haviland with 24 out of the 31 points. Good showing there. And Mr. Randolph and Mr. G. Now, I haven't heard of Mr. G before, so he must be new participating in Sports Frenzy. And first time out, he gives everybody else in the participates competition and ties with Mr. Randolph, who Mr. Randolph's had a tough season this year and could have got a single win this week had it not been for Mr. G. So Mr. G and Mr. Randolph, 25 out of your 31 points, excuse me, from last week's show. Mapstone showing an impressive showing this week in our classroom with 24 out of 32 points. Excuse me, wow. Go on the air and I start coughing. So, but again, we have lemonade on the show, and it is brisk lemonade again. But get a little drink here to refresh the vocal cords. There we go. This weather, not even necessarily the weather, just the season in general, has been wreaking havoc on everybody. All right. So let's see. We'll get into the recap. We're doing XFL football, and we had the Houston Roughnecks over the Tampa Bay Vipers, 34-27. The Dallas Renegades over the Seattle Dragons, 24-12. The St. Louis Battlehawks over the New York Guardians, 29-9. And the LA Wildcats getting a smashing, huge victory over the DC Defenders, 39-9. At this point, the Defenders were undefeated, and LA hadn't won a game, and they came in and smoked them. So great games in the XFL this week. Moving into high school basketball action. No surprise here. We had Grass Lake defeating the Addison Panthers 39-32. The Adrian Maples getting the victory over Tecumseh 51-49. The Blissfield Royals rolling on over the Onstead Wildcats, 61-52 was your final in that game. And Britton Deerfield Patriots getting the win over the Sand Creek Aggies, 55-42. The Summerfield Bulldogs pulling off the victory over the Clinton Redskins, 62-45 is your final there. Hudson Falls to the Dundee Vikings, 63-60. And the Erie Mason Eagles over the Hillsdale Hornets, 74-50. Madison Trojans over Central Academy Patriots, 58-44 was your final there. Girls high school basketball. We have the Addison Panthers not reporting their score again. Thank you very much, ladies. So everybody got a point for that game. The Adrian Maples over the Tecumseh Indians in girls high school basketball action, 47-40. And I don't know where my head was at. I don't know how I screwed this one up. But there was no Britton Deerfield Sand Creek game unless it was earlier in the week, and I just thought it was a Friday game. So everybody got a point there because I screwed that one up. But your first 3-point bonus game saw the Lenawee Christian Cougars over the Inner City Baptist Chargers, 60-29 was your final there. Moving on to college basketball action, we had the Bulldogs falling to the Kelvin Knights, 81-52. And I believe that was Adrian's last game. And Siena Heights taking it to Wright State Lake, 117-59. Wow. The Hillsdale Chargers getting it done against the Tiffin Dragons, 89-77 was your final there. And the mighty Michigan Wolverines getting it done against Purdue, 71-61 was your final there. And your last college basketball game, we had the Alabama Crimson Tide over Ole Miss Rebels, 103-78. NBA basketball action. The Boston Celtics over the Minnesota Timberwolves, 127-117. And the Milwaukee Bucks over the Philadelphia 76ers, 119-98 was your final score there. NHL hockey action. No surprise here, the Red Wings, or as they are being called, the Dead Wings, fell to the New York Islanders, 4-1 was your final there. And those St. Louis Blues getting it done against the Dallas Stars, 5-1. Whoa. In AHL minor league hockey action, excuse me, the San Antonio Rampage defeat the Grand Rapid Griffins, 4-3 was your final there. But the Toledo Walleye and ECHL action get the victory over the Fort Wayne Comets, 5-4 was your final in that game. NCAA college hockey action. The Adrian Bulldogs get it done against the Aurora Spartans, 7-5 was your final there. Lenawee United, their season is officially over, but they had a good first season. However, they fell to the Dexter Dreadnoughts 10-2. But I heard on their, I didn't talk to anybody particularly, but on their website and everything, they thanked everybody, said they had a great first season, was completely satisfied with the way things were for their first season, and look forward to continuing on next year. So congratulations to the completed first season of all our Lenawee County teams in Lenawee United hockey. And we look forward to what the future holds for you guys. Our NASCAR race was in Las Vegas Motor Speedway. It was Sunday. It was a Sunday race. And let's see, number 1 winning the race under a caution was Joey Logano. Number 2 was a guy I hadn't heard of, Mike, and I'm going to butcher his name, Dibadenta. And then I just wrote down the last name. I didn't get the whole first name. Number 3 was Stemhouse. And these are not guys that I have on the frenzy or on the sheets. But that's why we have that convenient little write-in spot right there. So that you guys can fill in the racers that you want to put in there. All right, that ends the recap portion of the show. And now, let's get ready for this week's edition of Sports Frenzy, Season 10, Episode 22. And oh my gosh, it runs into, Friday we have February games. And then bam, just like that, it's March. And we're into March, and just down the road in March, right on my birthday, starts March Madness. So, wow. Things are cruising along in sports. So, this week I know, this past week actually, there was pretty much some really good basketball games that clashed with XFL action. Now my friend and coworker Julie, she has answers to this kind of stuff. She's like, well, you have, in this day and age, you have your TV, you have tablets, you have all this other stuff. So why not just set it up on a couple of different programs and, you could watch both at the same time. I don't know. That might be sensory overload for some. Might even be sensory overload for me. I don't know. I have not tried that yet. But anyway, so that's what happened this past week. There was some really good basketball games on. And the Michigan basketball game was really crucial to them making the tournaments and stuff right now. So I was channel surfing. I did watch the first XFL game in between Michigan action. So that's how I did it. I had the Michigan basketball game on, but I would flip back and forth during commercial breaks or wherever I could to check in on the scores and see how the team was doing. So they're talking about how I've heard it both ways. Some people are saying, people are watching the XFL, and other people are saying, they're not watching the XFL because it's just not as good as everybody expects it to be. I feel like it's great. I saw some great games this week. I like it, but at the same time, it is difficult when they're playing at the same time as as NCAA basketball action goes on. And is that going to be even worse with March Madness coming up? I think so. We'll see. I mean, there's certainly a love for football out there, but I don't know. We'll see. Stay tuned because it's close. All right, so let's go ahead and get this week started. Season 10, episode 22. And we are starting off with XFL action. We have the 1 win and 2 losses. The LA Wildcats. They're on the road this week, traveling to and playing against the New York Guardians, who also are 1 win and 2 losses. This game, again, bear with me. My students in our classroom are working on time identification, so I've tried to add into my show a little bit. So kickoff for this game is Saturday at 2 p.m., and you can watch it on ABC. I tell you what, the LA Wildcats played with a renewed energy this week. They were on fire from the beginning of the game to the end. I've got to go with the LA Wildcats. I mean, I was just fully impressed with them. And that's who I'm going to go ahead and go with. Your second Saturday game, we have the XFL action. We have the Seattle Dragons. The Dragons have 1 win and 2 losses. They are traveling to and playing against the St. Louis Battlehawks. The Battlehawks have 2 wins and 1 loss. Kickoff for this game is again a Saturday game. And it is at 5 p.m. And you can watch it on Fox. I like both these teams, I gotta tell you. Alright, I didn't have to think about it real long. I'm going to go with the Seattle Battlehawks. I could go either way. They have just a little bit, they have 1 game different, better record. I'm going to go with them. All right, we have the Sunday XFL games. The Houston Roughnecks. They are the only undefeated team in the league right now. They have 3 wins and 0 losses. They are traveling to and playing against the Dallas Renegades. The Renegades have 2 wins and 1 loss. Now, these games are a little bit later this week. Later times. I have a excuse me, a 4 p.m. kickoff for this one on FS1. Roughnecks are undefeated. Dallas Renegades only have 1 loss, and they are at home this week. Renegades get it done at home? I don't know. I'm going to stay safe and go with the Houston Roughnecks. This could be a very good game. But I'm being safe. All right, next up, we have the DC Defenders, who tasted their first taste of defeat last week. The Defenders have 2 wins and 1 loss. They are on the road, traveling to and playing against the Tampa Bay Vipers. The Vipers have 0 wins and 3 losses. Kickoff for this game. Kickoff for this game, 7 p.m. That's going to make it very late, kind of later when the game gets over. So I am thinking that the weekend wrap-up is not going to get done again this week with these XFL games on. And you can watch this game on ESPN2. I think the Defenders will get back on track this week. I'm going to go with the Defenders for the victory. Just because Tampa Bay really has not even been able to get any victories. So, yeah. They're 0-3. All right, we're moving into high school basketball action. And things are slowly starting to wind down with that as well. We don't have as many. Well, I guess actually we do have a pretty good amount of games this week. So yeah, scratch that thought. But we do have the 2 wins and 14 losses Addison Panthers. And they are traveling to and playing against the not much better 3 wins and 13 losses, the Vandercook Lake Jayhawks. The Jayhawks have 1 more win and 1 less loss than the I only can remember like when in school with the cheerleading team where we got spirit, yes we do. We got spirit, how about you? I diss on the Panthers so much that I'm going to try and be nice this week, and I will give the Addison Panthers the victory. Give them a chance this week. Stay local on that one. Being nice. All right, next up, we have the Tecumseh Indians with 2 wins and 16 losses, traveling to and playing against Britton Deerfield Patriots. The Patriots have 8 wins and 9 losses. It should be mentioned, I did not mention this, but you guys, it's assumed, and most of the time I shouldn't assume either. Unless otherwise marked, these boys' high school basketball games, they tip off at 7 p.m. So that's where we're at. Tip off at 7 p.m. With the Tecumseh's record so horrible, I got to go Britton Deerfield for the victory. And next up, and continuing on with boys high school action. Whoa, back here, logo. We have the Whiteford Bobcats. The Bobcats have 1 win and 16 losses. They are traveling to and playing against the Clinton Redskins. The Redskins have 8 wins and 10. Wait, is that 8? 8 wins and 10 losses. I am part of the Redskin family. I got tons of family that go there. So, yes, I have got the Clinton Redskins for the victory. Continuing on with boys high school basketball, we have Lenawee Christian Cougars. Lenawee Christian Cougars have 12 wins and 5 losses. They're on the road this week. They are traveling to and playing against Lansing Christian Pilgrims. The Pilgrims have 5 wins and 12 losses. I'm going with Lenawee Christian for the victory in this game. The Battle of the M's. As we have the Morenci Bulldogs. The Bulldogs have 8 wins and 9 losses. They are traveling to and playing against the Madison Trojans, who have 7 wins and 11 losses. Jeez. I think I'm going to go with the Madison Trojans on this one. Just because Madison is close right here near the Sports Frenzy Studios right here in Adrian. Is this your last? No, it is not. Yes, it is. Okay. Your last boys high school basketball game. We have the Summerfield Bulldogs. They have 15 wins and 1 loss. They are traveling to and playing against the struggling Sand Creek Aggies. The Aggies have 2 wins and 15 losses. As much as I love my Aggies, and I'm an honorary member of the Lady Aggies JV team, Sand Creek unfortunately is not doing good this year, and this record unfortunately isn't going to help them, and the team they're playing is pretty darn good. I got to go for the Summerfield Bulldogs to gather my point. All right, we're moving into girls' high school action, and I hope this seems to be where our struggle area is, where the girls scores aren't getting reported for the girls' teams. So I apologize again last week for that happening. This week, hopefully, the teams that are on here are better at reporting. But we have the Adrian Maples. We have 4 wins and 12 losses, and they are traveling to and playing against the Monroe Trojans, who have 4 wins and 12 losses. I seriously, for a minute, thought about making this a 3-point bonus game, with both teams having the same records in a negative way. But then I found a couple other games this week that interested me more. So, with that being said, let's hype up the Adrian audience. Come on, Adrian. Let's hear it at the high school. Let's hear it at the middle school. Let's just hear it for the Adrian Maple girls, who have a fighting chance this week because they're playing a team that has the same exact record for them. Let's give a shout out to the Adrian girls. Come on, let me hear you. Let me hear you. Loud. Get loud for them. Let them hear you in the hallway. Let them know if they got to be a pep assembly or something. If we do pep assemblies anymore, I don't even know if you guys do pep assemblies in the regular ed schools anymore. If you do a pep assembly for your team, raise them up. Cheer, cheer, cheer. Let's hear it for the Adrian Maple girls. Come on, girls. You can get it done this week. Coach Cole has spoken and believes in you. I'm going with the Adrian Maple girls for the victory. Oh, wait a second. I didn't give you a time on that one because the girls' games sometimes are different, but the Adrian game is not. The Adrian girls are tipping off at 7 p.m. this week. And yes, so there we go. Sometimes the girls' games are different times, but not this week on some of these. In fact, on most of these. Next up, we have the Red Hot Sand Creek Aggie girls. The girls have 14 wins and 5 losses. They're on the road this week, traveling to and playing against the Hillsdale Hornets. The Hornets have 4 wins and 13 losses. And the tip-off for this game, this is a 7 p.m. game. 7 p.m., get out there and support the girls. You guys know who I got for this one. I've got the Sand Creek Aggie girls for the victory. Go get them, girls. And your last girls' high school basketball game this week. We have the Tecumseh Indians. The Indians have 13 wins and 6 losses. They are traveling to and playing against the Saline Hornets. The Hornets have 17 wins and 2 losses. Ouch. Tip-off for this game is 7 p.m. as well. Not willing to stake my bonus game out this week. I'm going to go with the Saline Hornets for the victory. All right, we are moving into college basketball action for you guys. And we have oops, wait a second here. Oh, we're all right. Okay. College basketball action. I try to go with mostly Friday and Saturday games. But because Michigan didn't play till Sunday this week, and I knew the XFL game was running late, I went ahead and put the Michigan game on here for you guys. So we'll talk about that in just a minute. But let's start off with the Hillsdale Chargers. The Chargers have 18 wins and 8 losses. They are traveling to and playing against the Findlay Oilers. The Oilers have 19 wins and 6 losses. Tip off for this game is 3 p.m. and it's not a televised game and it's not at home. So yes. I'm going with the Hillsdale Chargers for the victory. All right, I put some try to get some televised games on here for you guys this week. So hopefully you'll enjoy the games we picked. We have the Texas Longhorns. The Longhorns have 17 wins and 11 losses. They are traveling to and playing against the 22 ranked Texas Tech Red Raiders. The Red Raiders have 18 wins and 10 losses. 18 wins and 10 losses. 17 and 11. I have a feeling, I just got a feeling this is going to be an extremely good game. Is this a rivalry game, maybe? Tip-off for this game is Saturday at 12 p.m. And you can watch it on ESPN. Cable network. This is a close one. This could be another week of good games. I'm going to go with Texas. I just like the Longhorns a little bit more. Going to go with the Longhorns for the victory. All right, next up, we have the number 16th ranked Penn State Nittany Lions. They have 21 wins and 7 losses. They are traveling to and playing the 18th ranked Iowa Hawkeyes. The Hawkeyes have 19 wins. 19 wins and 9 losses. Tip-off for this game is Saturday at 12 p.m. And you can watch it on a BTN, which is the Big Ten Network. Man. I think this is a tough one. I think I'm going to go with the Iowa Hawkeyes. Yes, I'm going to give the Iowa Hawkeyes the victory. Am I calling this an upset special? Not necessarily. These two teams have very close records. Alright, so yeah, that's my explanation behind that one. Next up, we have the 15th ranked Auburn Tigers. They have 24 wins and 4 losses. They are traveling to and playing against the number 8th ranked Kentucky Wildcats. The Wildcats have 23 wins, 5 losses. Tip off. Well, I finally went and did it. I don't have a logo for this time on this one. Tip-off for this game is 3:30. I apologize for not having that for the kids. And you can watch it on CBS. Everybody right now is playing like they need to win their way into the championship. And I'm going to go with the Kentucky Wildcats. I have no real reason for it. Just sitting here deep in thought. I'm going to go with the number 8th ranked team. See if they can get it done. All right, next up, we have the number 24th ranked East Lansing Burning Couches. The Burning Couches have 19 wins and 9 losses. They are traveling to and playing against the number 9th ranked Maryland Tarpons. The Tarpons have 23 wins, 5 losses. Tip off for this game is Saturday, 8 p.m. on ESPN. No hesitation for me on this one. East Lansing is going to be burned into the ground this weekend. Lots of burning couches as Maryland takes the victory on their home court. All right. We have it's your first three-point bonus game. It's your first three-point bonus game. Everybody sing along now. It's your first 3-point bonus game. 3 points. Yes, it is. And we're talking about the number 19th ranked, the world's greatest college basketball team. We're talking about those mighty Michigan Wolverines. Because it's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. It's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. Hail to the victors. Hail, hail to Michigan, the leaders and the best. Go Blue! They are on a roll right now. They have 18 wins and 9 losses, and this is a rivalry game this week. Yes, it is. And they are playing that team that gets no respect, no nothing on our show. They don't even get their name mentioned here. They don't even get their logo mentioned here. They got a finger pointing down, that team from down below us. And it doesn't matter what their record is. If you want to know what their record is, it might be on the page somewhere. Or just look it up yourself, because we could care less about this team. This is a Sunday tip-off at where is it? I had a logo for this one. Come on. Where'd it go? I know I printed a 430 on here. I did print a 430. Where is my 430? It's not in my pile. I don't have it. I apologize for this one. This game... Oh. Well, that's confusing for all you guys. And that's a typo on the sheets. That's real nice. You're not going to be able to tell time very good with this one, are you? It's actually a 4 o'clock game. It says 4 p.m. on the sheet, and the analog clock says 4 p.m. on the sheets. It's just the digital clock that's off on the sheets. But right here, if you just look at the logo online, 4 o'clock game, cable network, it's on CBS. And we all know who's going to win this game. That's right. We're talking about those mighty Michigan Wolverines. Hail to the victors. Hail, hail to Michigan, the leaders and the best. Go Blue! Because it's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. It's great to be a Michigan Wolverine and not that other team. Go Blue! Go Blue! And this is also one of the reasons why we probably won't have a weekend wrap-up, because that game goes a little bit, will probably go a little bit longer, just like the football game that night. It'll be interesting to see if the later time frames for the games that the XFL are doing will have any effect on people watching the games or not. All right, with that being said, we are moving into NBA basketball action for you guys. And yes, we got some NBA games on here. Picked out some games for you this week that are televised games so that you guys can check out some NBA basketball action. Friday night action. We have the Oklahoma City Thunder. They have 36 wins and 22 losses. But they are traveling and playing against a pretty red-hot Milwaukee Bucks team. Wow, look at these guys. The Bucks have 50 wins and 8 losses. Again, this is a Friday night game. And tip-off is at 8 o'clock on ESPN. Who would have ever thought... The Milwaukee Bucks. I don't think Bucks is a top-ranked team, but man, they are good this year. 50-8. With the impressiveness on me, I got to go with the Bucks for the victory on this one. Giving that victory to the Bucks. I know they're horrible. They're not in great shape this season either, but they are still our home team, and we still try to support them. We have Detroit basketball. That's right. The Pistons have 19 wins and 41 losses. Ouch. They're on the road this week. Traveling to and playing against the Phoenix Suns. The Suns have 24 wins and 35 losses. This is a Friday night game as well, and it is a 9 p.m. game. 9 p.m. later game. And you can watch it on FSD if you're still sticking around and watching the Pistons at all. I have to admit, I have not watched the Pistons game pretty much this season. Some of it just because I don't like watching teams lose. And some of it is, I just haven't had any real interest in the Pistons this year. But does that mean I'm not going to support them this week? They could get it done against the Phoenix Suns, right? I'll sacrifice a point for the Detroit Pistons. I'll give the Pistons some love still on the show. Local team, Pistons. Better not let me down, Pistons. All right, next up we have the Denver Nuggets. The Nuggets have 40 wins and 18 losses. They are traveling to and playing against the Los Angeles Clippers, the LA Clippers. 39 wins and 19 losses. Roger Schoonover would tell us that's the other LA team that we don't acknowledge them in LA. You can't deny the record this season, Scooney. This is a late game. And it's on ESPN. Tip-off at 10:30. I believe it's Friday game. I forgot to put that on there. But I do believe it's a Friday game. 40 and 18. Clippers at home. I don't know, Scooney. I think I'm going with the Clippers. The other LA team, after all, they don't have that putrid LeBron James. Oh, I said it. Out loud, even. Go with the Clippers. Because to me, anybody that has that guy doesn't get my support. Some say, well, I can hear it now. I got questions coming in. Are you going to jump off and not like the Celtics anymore if they get LeBron James? Celtics would never do that. They're not going to get LeBron James. They wouldn't do that to me. And they wouldn't do that to their legacy either. Apparently only the Lakers are interested in ruining their legacy by bringing in somebody like that. There, I said it again. You know who to address the hate mail to. You do it enough over other stuff, so you know how to get a hold of me if you want to hate on me for my attacks on some people's hero. All right, our last NBA game we have this week. We have the Houston Rockets. The Rockets have 38 wins and 20 losses. And they are traveling to and playing against the Boston Celtics. The Celtics have 41 wins, 17 losses. This is a Saturday game. Tip-off for this one is at 8:30. And you can watch it on ABC. I mean, really, you guys already know who I got. Got the Boston Celtics. No questions asked there. Go Celtics. All right, we're moving into some hockey action. NHL hockey action, to be exact. Our first game this week. We have the Buffalo Sabres. They have 29 wins, 26 losses, and 8 overtime losses. They are traveling to and playing against the Vegas Golden Knights. Golden Knights are at home. 35 wins, 22 losses, 8 overtime losses. Home games for the Vegas Golden Knights. They put on a heck of a show from what I understand. You know, it's Vegas, so they put on a Vegas-style show for you guys. And they're the Golden Knights, so add Knights and Vegas together, and you have probably an amazing show. I bet if you go on YouTube, you can probably find one of their openings for their nightly shows. This is a puck drops for this game at 10:30, and it's not a televised game, unfortunately. But I am going to go with the Vegas Golden Knights for the victory. All right, next up we have the Detroit Dead Wings. The door is shutting quickly on the Dead Wings as they have 15 wins, 46 losses, and 4 overtime losses. The season is a bust. They're not going anywhere. Trades are happening. You have to go to the... we're not going to have enough time left on the show to get to any information or data for you guys. But yes, there's trades going on. Red Wings have traded some guys and done some things before the season is over. And the season is coming to an end, sadly and quickly, for the Dead Wings. And they have to travel and play the Ottawa Senators at home. The Senators have 21 wins, 31 losses, and 12 overtime losses. This is a Saturday game at... bear with me a second here. Saturday game, 7 p.m. And you can watch it on FSD if you can bear to watch anymore. Unfortunately, and it's one of those teams, I'm still with them, still following them, still staying with them. I don't necessarily watch their games. I haven't watched any. I've watched a little bit of hockey this year, but I haven't really got around to much hockey either. I'll still go with the Red Wings, Dead Wings, whatever they're being called now. Crashing into the ground. Dead Wings, most people are calling them. And, I know. It's hard not to. It's, they're not going to make the playoffs again, so rebuilding, retooling, whatever you want to call it, that's what we got coming up for the Red Wings. But I still have the Red Wings. I'll still stand with the Red Wings. They got my vote this week, even though I know it's at this point it's a throwaway vote. And if they do win, that'd be surprising. All right, your last NHL hockey game we have this week. It's that time. Oh, here we go. Moment everybody's been waiting for. But wait. Nope, there's even more. Wow. I have to do 2 and 1 on this one because I made this your 3 points. 3 points. It's your second 3-point bonus game. All right, but now we got to tune it down a little bit because Well, I said, well, it's time to announce the blues. Talking about those St. Louis Blues. And they're at home this week. Playing against the Dallas Stars. Oh, the Dallas Stars have a record of 37 wins. And 20 losses. With 6 overtime losses too. Now let's talk about those Blues. The St. Louis Blues. They're still doing pretty good. But they also have 37 wins. Oh, 37 wins. 17 losses too. With a 10 overtime loss record too. Now you can see why this game's your second 3-point bonus game. As the records are very close. Very, very, very close. But then you guys know this is a pretty easy pick for me. Since we do this every week. I've got those St. Louis Blues. Talking about those St. Louis Blues. Well, now we got a tip or a puck drop at 8. I said the puck drops at 8. But oh no. Oh no. It's not a televised game. But I still got, and I'll still go with mine. I said mine. Gonna go with my St. Louis. St. Louis Blues. Yeah. Blues for my victory. All right. Moving into AHL hockey action. We're rounding out these week's games with hockey action for you guys. This may sound like a repeat of last week to you guys, and it kind of is. It's just row reversals this week. We have the Grand Rapids Griffins. The Griffins have 26 wins, 24 losses, and 3 overtime losses. And they are on the road. They are traveling to and playing against the San Antonio Rampage again. Yes, that's right. This week they have the Rampage again. But this time they're playing the Rampage on the Rampage's turf. The Rampage have 21 wins, 21 losses, and 7 overtime losses. The puck drops for this game at 8 p.m. And it, unfortunately, though, is not a televised game unless you buy the pay-per-views. And you can do that by going to AHL.com and getting a season pass, a game pass, or whatever. Just go there and check it out, and you'll see. With that being said, you guys know I've got the Grand Rapids Griffins for the victory. Moving into ECHL action. Again, these guys, this is so weird how this turned out this week. I had to check this like 3 times that I didn't mess this up. But they are playing the same team this week, too. Just in role reversal. So we have the Fort Wayne Comets. The Comets have 27 wins, 21 losses, and 6 overtime losses. But they are traveling to and playing against our Toledo Walleye. And the Walleye have 32 wins, 15 losses, and 4 overtime losses. The puck drops for this game at 7 p.m. And it's not a televised game either, unfortunately. But, again, you can go to the ECHL.com. And they have the pay-per-view packages you can do. If you want to watch them, you can. Certainly pay the price. Single game pass, etc., etc. And just check it out. And if you're, if you have that kind of money, which I don't, you can check it out. So let's see what we said. The puck drops. That was a Friday game, 7 p.m. And you guys know who I got. I got the Toledo Walleye. All right, we're going to wrap up this part of the show with 2 college hockey games for you guys. Our first one. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Where'd my logo go? Oh, man. I thought I put it in there. All right. Well, our first one is the mighty Michigan Wolverines. Go Blue. Talking about those boys in blue again. The Michigan Wolverine hockey team is on the road this week. Go Blue. Hail to the victors. Hail, hail to Michigan, the leaders and the best. Go Blue! Because it's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. It's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. The Wolverines have 15 wins, 14 losses, and 3 overtime losses. That's a typo on your sheets. It says 30. That's not true. 3 overtime losses. They are on the road this week, traveling to and playing against. And here we can do this. There we go. There's your Minnesota logo for you if you can see it. The Minnesota Golden Gophers. They have 14 wins, 2 losses, and 6 overtime losses. The puck drops for this game at 7 p.m. And you can watch this game on the BTN BTN network. And it doesn't matter we don't have the other logo because excuse me. It's all about the boys in blue. Go Blue. Hail to the victors. Hail, hail to Michigan, the leaders and the best. Go Blue. All right, and because we weren't in school today, I did not get this other logo printed off. This is a team I did not actually have a previous logo to. Not this particular team. But we got the Western Michigan Broncos. They have 16 wins, 4 losses, and 5 overtime losses. They are traveling to and playing against a team called North Dakota Fighting Hawks. The Hawks have 23 wins, 4 losses, and 4 overtime losses. And I'm sorry I don't have a logo for you guys for that one. But what we do have, we do have the time. The puck drops for this game at 8:30 p.m. And unfortunately, it is not a televised game. And it's not at Western Michigan, so both makes it extremely challenging to see this game. But I've got the Western Michigan Broncos for the victory anyway. All right, that wraps up everything we have on our sheets except for NASCAR. And it's getting rather late in the show, guys. I apologize for a long show this week, about an hour and 10 minutes already. We don't even get a chance to, I haven't even get a chance to get you guys any information. The NASCAR race, you guys know who I got. I got Kyle Busch. And so obviously I don't have the information in front of me about the race, but Kyle Busch is the guy I go with. And that's who I'm going to continue to go with. Kyle Busch. And lost my train of thought. Oh, there we go. What I was thinking. Since we don't have any, one thing I just want to say this week is in Lenawee Christian's girls, their coach's daughter, who is one of the big stars of the team, Salem Bynes' daughter, got injured, and she does have a torn. Was ACL, I believe. Tore ACL. So she is out for the rest of the season. And thank you to Amanda Ream for clarifying for me that it is the second daughter, the junior, not the senior. But we wish her a speedy recovery. And if you want to find out more information on what's going on in Sports Frenzy, you can stay tuned. You can go to our Facebook page and check it out. You can also check out our YouTube page. It's Sports Coach Cole, Sports Frenzy 1. And that's our YouTube page. We do post stuff on Twitter as well, at Sports Frenzy 1, and we also have our Instagram page at Sports Frenzy 1. So those are all ways you could join the show and watch and participate. If you join the Facebook page, obviously you become a member of the nation and you get to interact with us, and several members of the nation post stuff that I'm not always able to get to, and that's always greatly appreciated. And that's what this show is all about now, is interaction with you guys, and what you guys do to help out is amazing and awesome. And I appreciate every single member of the nation, because this show couldn't happen without you guys. All right, well, that being said, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your snow day off. We'll see if what happens for tomorrow. And if you get to see the show, if we'll be in school, who knows anymore with the weather, with the roads and everything. Makes things a little tricky to decide. Anyway, I'm the coach. Have a great weekend full of sports, family, fun. Be blessed, everybody, and we'll see each other again. I don't think we'll have a weekend wrap-up show, but we'll see. We'll see each other here again real soon. I'm the coach, and we'll talk to you all later.